Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, January the 4th. And I just wanted to say how great it was to see you guys last night. Had a great time sharing and working with you guys and all the others in the room last night. I want to talk today about what we say versus what we do. And you can summarize that little sentence in one word called bullshit, right? Give you a great example of some bullshit. My kids would catch me, or my wife would catch me drinking, and I'd go, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I want to stop. And yeah, I'm going to stop this time for real. And they knew it was bullshit because I'd tried so many times before to stop, and I just couldn't stay with it. I couldn't stick with it. I prayed to God so many times before, God, just give me a way to stop drinking. And He would, and then lo and behold, I would go right back in and start drinking again because I was missing so many pieces of that puzzle. Thank God for the steps of AA because I found all those pieces, fortunately. But at the time, I made those prayers or made those promises to my family members or God. I truly meant them, but it was that obsession that kind of like what Silkworth talks about, that mental obsession that would ultimately take over. And there was nothing humanly possible that could stop that mental obsession. And we called it the insanity, always doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Keep going to the liquor store and expecting to get sober. It doesn't work that way, right? And so it comes back down to a matter of credibility. And that's why I say that, July the 7th, God woke me up and said, I'm tired of all your bullshit excuses. I want to see how serious you are about getting sober. And I'm glad He did because at that point I knew this is it for me. So when we start working with others, we obviously have to set an example. We have to set a standard. I can't work with you guys and teach you guys how to get drunk or how to stay sober if I'm getting drunk, right? I mean, you would not have come to me in June of 2021 and asked me how to lose weight. Or had I come to you and said, hey, let me show you how to lose weight in June of 21, you would have been like, yeah, you're full of shit, dude. Sorry. Go take your cupcake ass on down the road. Do some cardio or some shit, right? I mean, that's just the way it was. And that's the way it's got to be now. I can't, again, keep working with other people if I'm getting drunk. So there's a credibility issue there. And when you start working with others, you're going to have a lot of people come up to you and say, I want you to be my sponsor. I want you to be my sponsor. But we really don't know how seriously they are until we start getting to know them and getting to establish those patterns of actions. And a couple weeks ago, I talked about process goals and outcome goals. Outcome goals are, the things I want to accomplish, and the process goals are the small things and small goals that are going to ultimately move me to that outcome goal, right? And one of my favorite stories to tell is whenever I was only like 2 weeks sober, my friend took me to Gettysburg. He told me, he said, if you stop drinking, I'll take you to Gettysburg and I'll pay for the whole damn thing. I said, all right, sounds good. And I'd always wanted to scale the western face of Gettysburg. The western face of Little Round Top. And so we get up there and I'm standing up there on the mountain and I'm looking down and I'm going, okay, I got to get down there, but damn, how am I going to have to get down there? I'm going to have to go drive. Or, I saw a little trail off to the side, and at the end of the small trail is maybe 10 feet, 15 feet in length. There's a bunch of brush. Middle of summer, July, I'm in shorts. I didn't know what was through that brush. I didn't know if there was a big drop off. It looked like there could have been a drop off. I didn't know if there was rattlesnakes in that thing. I didn't know. And I was like, I sat there and debated. I was like, I'll just take the easy way. I'll just go drive around to the bottom and then I'll come back up. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't even go down. So how in the hell do I expect to go back up? That's stupid, right? And so I finally said, you know what? Screw this. And I took off. I took off down that trail and I was scared. I was hesitant. I was apprehensive. I didn't know what was on the other side of that brush. I didn't know what was in that brush. I went right through the brush, and lo and behold, I got through that first patch of brush, and there's another little trail, maybe another 10, 15, 20 feet long, with more brush. Went through that one. Same thing. I still had the same fear and apprehension and hesitancy, but I still kept going. And each time I'd go through that pile of brush, and I'd have that fear and apprehension, I was achieving a process goal. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I got down to the bottom of the hill and I looked back up and I was like, well, hell, I didn't come down it, so I know how to go back up, right? And I was able to finally go right back up the same way I came down. And that allowed me to achieve my outcome goal, which was to scale the western face of Little Round Top. And you're probably thinking, what the hell does this have to do with sobriety? A lot, actually. The example is what I'm trying to make here. we have to have our process goals in order to achieve our outcome goal. My outcome was to ultimately get sober. My friend was telling me, I will help you get sober, but he had to see that I was willing. And, when people come and want you to be their sponsor, you need to be able to tell relatively quickly if they're just how serious they are, and that's easy to do. And the way I do it is I give them little tasks, little goals, little process goals to accomplish. Hey, read the doctor's opinion, and when you're done, give me a call. We'll talk about it, or we'll meet and we'll talk about it. Read the first 43. We'll talk about it. Or my favorite, give me 5 things you like about yourself and 3 things you hate about yourself. And if they can't do those little things, if we can't do the little things, then how in the blue hell do we expect to get done the big things, our big outcome goals, if we can't do the little things, achieve the little outcome goals? And again, I go back to June of 2021, and had I come to you and said, yeah, I know I can tell you how to lose weight, like I said, you would have been like, dude, you're big as a house. You don't know how to lose weight. And, it comes back down to credibility. A few weeks back, I also talked about, we wear our recovery. And it's important for you, especially as you start sponsoring people, to set that example. I've mentioned over the last several weeks, demonstrating your faith, demonstrating the step work. Demonstration means physically taking action. And so we need to demonstrate to others, especially if we're wanting to be sponsors, we need to demonstrate to them that we know how to get sober and we know how to stay sober. Last night, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Tommy. I think it was Tommy who said, hey, getting sober is the easy part. Staying sober is the hard part. And I 100% agree with that. So we have to demonstrate regularly. We have to build credibility with people, especially people that are entrusting us to help them get sober. So just want to leave you with that. So again, it was great to see you guys last night, and got my chip still with me. I love this chip. I keep it with me everywhere I go. So anyway, guys, if you need me, just reach out. Today's Wednesday, and Wednesdays and Thursdays schedules are really kind of crazy, but I'm always available via text. So anyway, love you guys, and remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.